saying you coming home with Hove, and they saying like Hove didn't take responsibility. Looking back now, do you fault him for feeling that way? Like, if you take yourself out of being yourself in that situation and put yourself on the outside looking in, would you have made the same choice he made, or do you think you would have made a different choice? You my brother, I'm gonna be all the way honest. Me, a nigga,
you would have left me in jail.
Yeah, I'd have left.
You ain't shit. I feel Jay. I felt him. And that might have been a nail in the coffin.
Wow.
There's another incident happened. I don't want to talk about it, but Jay mom was in the studio.
Jay.
I didn't know. And something happened. And
Jay mother was in the studio, and he didn't know his mother was in the studio, and Beanie Sigel in the studio acting the goddamn monkey fool. Who you think told Jay-Z not to co-sign you, Beanie Sigel, if you ever listen to this? We just figured out Blue's Clues. You just said you did some dumb shit in the studio while Miss Carter was in there. Jay-Z's mother saw you acting a fool. Who do you think told Jay-Z not to co-sign you, Beanie Sigel? It was his mother. Yo, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. This is your host, BDB. I'm your host of Behind the Bar by the name Maine the Milkman. Today is Friday, December 5th, 2025. Now, let's get into it, man. Listen, man. You know what? I think I have a change of heart. I'm one of those guys that feel as though, you know, the rappers shouldn't be doing podcasts and y'all should stick to rapping, because I feel as though a lot of their, you know, opinions are going to be biased and they have friends in the industry. So in my mind, it's like, you know, they're not going to give their honest perspective. But to be honest with you, I've been watching what's been going on, and Memphis Bleek has a podcast, and it's quite interesting. I like it. It's only a couple episodes in, but I like it. These two gentlemen haven't spoke to each other, I want to say, in probably close to a decade, right? You know, Memphis Bleek is, you know, cool with Jay-Z, and Beanie Sigel haven't spoken to Jay-Z, I want to say, in about a decade, maybe, you know, maybe longer than that. I don't even keep up with these numbers nowadays. But it feels good. Like hip-hop is starting to come back to what I'm used to. I grew up watching Rockefeller, Dipset, The Lox. That's my era. Early 2000, that's my era. That's my high school era. So it feels good to see these people back, especially now with the AI and Beanie Sigel is getting his hip hop voice back that we used to. Like, it feels good. And we heard the story, you know, a couple of years now. You know, Beanie Sigel came out with a story that there was a time where a judge asked Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, would he be responsible for Beanie Sigel if he lets him out of prison? And Jay-Z said, hell to the no, to the no. And a lot of people was like, dang, that's foul, yo. How Jay-Z gonna do that to Beanie Sigel? I thought they was brothers. I thought they was cool. La Familia, it's The Rock, right? But you gotta look at it from hindsight, right? You gotta remember who Beanie Sigel was back then. Beanie Sigel was, why do you think they call him the Broad Street Bully? For those that's not familiar with Philadelphia, Broad Street runs all the way from, like, I want to say, like, the Alany area, right where Alany is, but it even goes up further. But let's just say Alany to past City Hall. Broad Street is a street that stretches across damn near the entire city for Philadelphia. It damn near splits the entire city in half. Broad Street goes all the way down to City Hall, and City Hall sits in the middle of Broad Street, and then they have like a little circular part over City Hall, and then it continues going down Broad Street all the way from South Philly. From Alany to South Philly, that's Broad Street. It's the entire strip that takes up most of the city of Philadelphia. Not all, but most. Cuts the city damn near in half. They call Beanie Sigel the Broad Street Bully. He even had a movie back in the day called State Property 1 and Property 2, where he portrays damn near himself, it seems like, because he was a wild cat in that movie. Beans, right? So, fast forward to today, you know, Beanie Sigel seems like he's starting to have a change of heart. It seems like Memphis Bleek was able to, in a sense, convince him like, yo, Jay-Z did the right thing by not co-signing your wild ass to be able to go out there and make a fool of yourself, because we know how you get down, Beans. And I love how they was able to break down the story and give context to exactly why Jay-Z did what he did. Because according to Beanie Sigel, he haven't even spoken to Jay-Z ever since Jay-Z told the judge in court, say, no, sorry, Your Honor, I can't be responsible for Mr. Beanie Sigel. He is a hothead. Keep his ass in prison or allow somebody else to be responsible for him. But I, Sean Carter, will not be responsible for him. He is a loose cannon. So now, without further ado, let's listen to this interview that they did with on Memphis Bleek's podcast that he has with Beanie Sigel. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button.
And you coming home with Hove and they saying like Hove didn't take responsibility. Looking back now, do you fault him for feeling that way? Like if you take yourself out of that, out of being yourself in that situation and put yourself on the outside looking in, would you have made the same choice he made, or do you think you'd have made a different choice?
I'd have got my boy home.
Think so?
Yeah. I'd have got my boy home. I don't know how he felt, because we never had that conversation yet.
Know, me neither.
So I can't speak on how he felt. I can just only speak on what I would have did. If I had a chance to get any of my homies out of jail, I don't care what I would have had to do.
But
I'd have got them out.
In hindsight, in hindsight, looking back, he was reckless. See, that's like.
Before I let him continue to talk, I'm sorry for pause the video. I want y'all to put down in the comment section if somebody that you consider your friend and they needed your cosign in order to get them out of prison, but the only stipulation is you're going to have to be responsible for their whereabouts, and you're pretty much going to be, in a sense, I want to use the analogy and say you're sort of like going to be his quote-unquote probation officer. You got to know where his whereabouts is, where he got to check in at, what's going on, make sure he's not out here wilding out. And would you want to take on that responsibility, knowing who your friend is and what he's capable of? Put in the comment section of what y'all think, what y'all would do. Hit the like button.
Co-signing on a car on a nigga who don't got a license or drive drunk all the time. Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's almost the same. It's like, come on, bro.
Nah.
You had a life, like, think about it.
Nah.
When you came home from that time, right? Because that was the shooting. Solid. That was the shooting at the, right? That case.
What shooting?
That's when the whole.
That's crazy. I say that. What shooting?
Like, niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas outside shooting. But I'm saying that was the shooting at the club.
I'm sorry. You heard what Beanie Sigel just said. What shooting? Meaning that Beanie Sigel, a rapper, a multi-millionaire at the time, at the top of his game, was still thinking that he was in the streets and he was out here acting reckless, getting into shootouts as a rapper in the hottest record label in the game at the time, and you still out here thinking that you in South Philly. Hit the like button.
The first case when you got locked up, when you went to the trial, right?
So what was said is, if we allow him to come home,
you would take responsibility for this man.
Would you be responsible for his whereabouts? Meaning, would you give us all the documents that we need to know he's going to be in St. Louis this day, he's going to be in Missouri? They just wanted to know where he'd be able to give up the tour schedule.
See, I didn't know that. But my thing is, let me ask you a question, what I was saying on that.
No, let me finish answering.
Go ahead.
So, I couldn't look at my homie shackled, ankle to wrist, and look him in his face and say, nah. Because let's say if I would have came home and wilded out and shot somebody, nothing could have happened to Jack.
But you did.
No, I didn't.
You didn't shoot nobody, but you wilded out.
How?
Bro, you went back to jail.
Tax evasion.
No, that was after Rockefeller breakup, bro. Remember, you got caught with a gun or some ill shit like that when you were speeding on the run from the police and doing
That's all in the same case. That's all I'm saying. I had a state case for the gun. Then I had the.
But there was the shooting
The
case.
feds picked it up. No, I had attempted murder in the state.
Yes.
I had the gun and the feds at the same time.
That was all one case.
No, two different cases.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I remember I was there, my nigga.
check it out.
You
Listen.
did come home and wild out. Nigga went on a high-speed chase with the law.
No.
That's when you made the song with Cam, Run It.
Listen, I caught attempted murder.
That's the first case,
And I
yes.
caught a gun case.
Yes.
Both of those cases was in the state. Both of them. I beat the gun case. I still had to go to court for the attempted murder. The feds picked up the gun case. It was
just running concurrent.
It was just run at the same
But
time.
it was two different cases.
So when the feds picked it up, I went to the federal courthouse. The feds, I was out on bail for the attempted murder. I was trying to get bail for the gun. So when they asked, would you be responsible for his whereabouts? Just letting us know where he gonna be at, tour schedule, the 3rd. Same shit.
You my brother.
No new case.
You my brother. I'm gonna be all the way honest. Me, a nigga.
You would've left me in jail.
Yeah, I'd have left.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Yo. I'm not gonna lie. I would have did the same thing. This is a case-by-case situation. Not saying I would have did that to anybody, but Beanie Sigel was reckless. Was out there and going on tours with all types of guns. He told a story on that, I think the same podcast, that the driver that they used to have for the Rock used to had to quit because they had more guns than people in the car. And if the driver get pulled over, all the rappers and guns in the car, the driver gonna get booked too. They was out there moving around like they was the real life mafia. They felt as though they had something to prove. They was out there wilding, especially Beanie Sigel. I mean, Beanie Sigel did a lot of commendable things. Y'all probably heard the story about when Kanye was about to get robbed at a diner and he called up Beanie Sigel and Beanie Sigel came down there and told him, sit down, relax, eat your food, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. He held him down. That's all commendable. But you gotta remember, this the rap game. This is the industry. For what I'm understanding, the industry is fake. A lot of people come in the industry thinking that this shit is real. They gotta do some real type shit, blah, blah, blah. The industry is fake. Some of your favorite rappers that y'all think are so hardcore are rats and they weak and they all types of stuff. So Memphis Bleek kept it a buck just now and said, yo, nigga, I would have did the same thing, nigga. I'm not gonna co-sign you, my nigga, because you are reckless.
This nigga gotta learn, man. Like, yo, this nigga keep going through all this shit because you gotta think back.
It
Let's
wasn't
take it back.
nothing new.
But let's take it back. What up? Remember the incident in Baseline, cuz? Remember that? I don't want to get into detail, but all of that piles up to that decision.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that, bro. It ain't one thing that
Now,
leads
you
to
put it
one
that way?
decision. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What happened in Baseline?
you fucking turned this shit into Hiroshima. What do you mean? What happened in Baseline? Nigga, you want me to run that? I don't want to bring up open old wounds, but if you want me
Nah,
to.
don't do that. But
I
wasn't wrong.
Niggas. Yo, I wasn't there. Remember, I came and it was just blood on the wall.
Damn.
And I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck going on? It's blood everywhere. And you like, niggas think I'm playing. I say, yo, Beans, listen.
No.
I don't know what's going on, but y'all
you were
niggas
murdered.
get the fuck out.
I remember. You were murdered, Carl.
Yeah, no, we
Yo.
came up there.
Y'all, you was like, yo,
What the fuck going on in the stoop?
I don't think you should come back up to Baseline. He was like, yo, don't come back.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? It was like, yo, don't come back up here.
Yo, listen, it was Tata's sister, Thais, is the one who called me. She was like, yo, Bleek, you in the city? Because remember, I was the one who came to Baseline early in the morning. Y'all niggas used to be there vampire hours.
Yeah.
So she called me like, yo, Bleek, you in the city? I'm like, yo, I'm on my way to the city right now. And she was like, yo, please, whatever you do, get to the studio now. Beans and them up here, wildin'. So I said, what, they flipped on you? She was like, nah, but when you see, you gonna see.
It wasn't no girl in there.
Yeah, she was the receptionist.
She wasn't there though.
Yeah, she was.
When that
she
happened.
was in the front. Remember the front? You had to go through
So
the door
for
to
the
get in
people
the
who don't
studio.
know, this what happened. So I go to Atlantic City. I won some money in Atlantic City. Smoked them. Probably about won like 80 grand in Atlantic City.
I got a casino story too.
So we left Atlantic City. We go to studio. Go to the studio. I'm in the B room. We chilling. You know, I'm on my leisure pleasure. We just say that.
Libations, you
You know what I
heard?
mean? I'm on my leisure pleasure. So back then, you see how short Bleek chain is. Back then, we used to wear it.
Long as a motherfucker.
So I'm in my leisure pleasure. I go under. When I come up from out of my joint stretch, I look on the floor and there's this mad $100 bills all over the floor. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I check my pockets. I'm like, damn, I know I ain't good. So I'm picking up all the money. Nigga caught me in my,
You was sleeping.
yeah, when I was sleeping, was two fingering me. Money out of my pocket. This man's all hundreds. So I'm worried about the money. And I'm like, damn. And I look. The chain gone. So I'm like,
All right, so he's at a casino. He's intoxicated. He's drunk. Passes out in the casino. Mad money in his pocket. Big ass Rockefeller chain on his neck. He wakes up from his time of leisure and finds out his chain is missing. Shows me, look at this guy. Just a nut ass nigga. Irresponsible. With thousands of dollars in his pocket. Big ass platinum Rockefeller chain and on him. He wakes up. Shit is missing. Then he starts wilding out on niggas.
hold up.
When I came, he was like, niggas
I'm
take my chain.
like, hold up. Fuck the money. It was about that Rockefeller piece. Like, that's a badge of honor.
That's
Like,
right.
That's like a bulletproof vest.
That's right, it meant something.
It meant something.
It's the badge of honor. Where the Rockefeller chain at right now today? Where's that? It's out of curiosity. What y'all think he did with the Rockefeller chain? Y'all think he still got it? Or do y'all think he pawned it in to help him out with lawsuits and lawyer fees and shit like that? What y'all think? Put it in the comment section. Hit the like button.
You can't get upstairs in baseline without somebody busting you in.
That's right.
So everybody that's with me, yo, you got my chain. You got my chain. Don't nobody got the chain. Everybody done. Wait, Mom, I'm like, yo, I woke up, see the money hanging out my pocket. It's all on the floor. I must have came out and they did. So I said, okay. I go to the front. For some reason, today the cameras ain't working. I need to know who came up in here. That chain don't come up. Fuck the money. Mop this shit. Cameras ain't working.
You mop this shit.
But they did stuff. Not only did they take the chain, they stole the records there summer. So they ain't putting that shit together. They ain't just take the chain. Remember J Music?
Yup, they linked them up, yup.
But they don't talk about that. They stole the music too. But they don't talk, they just talk, so,
Yeah,
you
shit
know,
went left, shit went left.
shit went left.
But that
I
shit-
paid for it though.
That's what I'm about to tell
That
you,
shit
bro.
cost me like an M.
Yeah, before, and that was before your second album.
I don't
I
know.
think that was around the second, like going, yeah, that was, I think it was either the third album or the second album.
Probably the
But
second.
you gotta remember, that's what I was saying, Beans, it was so much shit that niggas like, yo, I don't think homie listening, he gonna get it. I can't
No
put my
matter
name
what
on that.
I done, nothing. If you, well, you already said you want to leave in jail. So, no matter what I did, nothing would have happened to nobody but me. I'm not gonna leave my homie in jail under no circumstances. But that's what under the break. I get it.
Yeah.
Because I look back and like, damn, I was drawn.
We all was drawn crazy.
Like I was.
See, Beanie Sigel said, looking in hindsight, he was drawing. For those that don't know, drawing is basically like, in Philly, it's a Philly term, like, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? I was told that drawing is really short for, like, the phrase, you're drawing attention, like, you're doing too much. Like, yo, if you hear somebody in Philly say you drawing, it's like, yo, you're doing too much. Like, yo, get out of here, you drawing. You know what I mean? You're drawing attention. You're doing too much. You was drawing back then, bro. Jay's had bigger plans and he's on the road to becoming a billionaire. He can't focus on people doing nigga shit and being responsible for grown ass men to be responsible for them. He's not their father. At the end of the day, you're just an artist at the end of the day. He's your boss. Similar to an employee and an employer or employee or a boss. You know, they're not really friends like that. They think they're friends because of the illusion of the rap game that they make it seem like these people are really friends. They ain't really, it's business at the end of the day. What Jay-Z said once upon a time, nigga. I'm a businessman, not a businessman. Let me handle my business, damn. You know what I mean? But in Beanie Siegel's mind, Jay-Z was a friend in his mind. He had to learn the hard way. Jay-Z ain't really your friend, nigga. You just a business transaction. This is business, my nigga. It ain't personal. It's not personal. It's business.
Not just that. Not just that. I understand. No, because it's another incident that happened. We're going to talk about that off camera.
See? He can't even talk about certain things that he did behind the scenes because he was wilding. He know he was wilding.
I feel Jay. I felt it. Mm-hmm. And that might have been a nail in the coffin.
Wow.
There's another incident happened. I don't want to talk about it, but Jay mine was in the studio.
Jay.
I didn't know. And something happened. And
Jay mother was in the studio and he didn't know his mother was in the studio and Beanie Sigel in the studio acting the goddamn monkey fool. Who you think told Jay-Z not to co-sign you, Beanie Sigel, if you ever listen to this? We just figured out Blue's Clues. You just said you did some dumb shit in the studio while Miss Carter was in there. Jay-Z's mother saw you acting a fool. Who you think told Jay-Z not to co-sign you, Beanie Sigel? It was his mother. Jay-Z did the right thing by taking the advice from his mother, and he already knew what he was going to do if the judge asked him what to do. You know why? Because he took the advice of his mother, as he should.
Been a nail in the coffin. So
I know something happened with mom around.
No, nothing happened to mom.
No, not happening, but with her being around. I never heard that story.
It's afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't never hear that story.
That might have been a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And me understanding Jay.
Yeah, he's a silent assassin. He don't talk, and he not gonna tell you what he thinking. He just gonna move.
Yeah. So that might have been a nail in the coffin.
Hov is different when it come to that. Like, and you were around like
that. Might have been the nail in the coffin. Let me give you guys a little bit more context, right? Of exactly what happened in that courtroom. I'm gonna bring y'all back down a trip down memory lane. Beanie Sigel extensive details about exactly what happened that day in a courtroom where Jay-Z said, "No, no, no."
And everybody got up. They spoke very highly of me, and they ran down everybody's credentials, and I was on tour, so they were saying they asked Jay. They was like, and I don't even think they said, would you be responsible? When they asked him, they wanted him to be responsible for my whereabouts. Not like he need to know where I'm at, but just get him the information. If I'm supposed to be in Chicago, we'll make sure he's in Chicago. So they just wanted the whole tour schedule.
Do you think he understood that? Do you think he understood it, or he probably understand it?
To me at that time, I don't care if you understood it or not.
That's your man.
If my man, this my man, this is my brother. I don't care what I got to say to get him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They asked me, can I do 20 backflips? And I know I can't do a cartwheel. Yeah, I could do 50 of them. Mm-hmm. For him to come home.
I had to do that. I had to do that for him. I had to go in front of the judge and talk.
Yeah. And they asked him, they said, if I release him, she said, today, would you be responsible, for his whereabouts? And he said no. I would have said it low. And the judge, this public record, man. All you gotta do is go get it. She asked him, she paused. When he said no, she was like, can you speak up in a microphone? And she was like, if we release him today, in your custody to be able to go back on tour and this, that, and the third, would you be responsible? And he was like, no. And the whole courtroom went crazy. Dame snapping, Big snapping, niggas looking like, what? And she couldn't believe it. Bro, she asked him 4 times. And she said, so Mr. Carter, she was like, all these good things that you're saying about Mr. Sigel, and you're not willing to be. And he said, no. And it took everything in me. Not to, like I wanted to cry. It took everything in me not to drop a tear.
And all he had to do was, all they was asking him is like, you go on tour, he's gonna be in New York, he's gonna be in Detroit, he's gonna be in Boston. That's all they wanted. And they probably wouldn't even be checking in that much, probably, right?
Nah, they did it a couple times.
You just got to know, because I've been on, so what happened, because I finally wound up getting out. So I had certain shows. So what you got to do is give them your itinerary, where you going to be at. You just got to go to every federal joint and just report. So if I had to go to Chicago, I had to go to the federal courthouse in Chicago and go to them and tell them that I'm in town, this, that, and the third. And all right, I reported here. Go about your business.
Let me rewind something. Did he make eye contact with you after he turned around from? Because I know he's like he's up on the stand. He made no eye
Never
contact with
looked
you.
at me.
So he just walked after he walked out the courtroom. After he just walked straight out.
No, well I don't know, because they, after that bell denied, they gripped me.
Yeah, they come get you and get you out of there before anybody leave.
So I'm talking about me sitting here like this, shackled, and I'm in a hole, so I'm woofing, I'm looking crazy, shackled, and I'm looking at him when he said no, and I'm stuck. And he looked at me one time. He just put his head down. He never looked at me. I had to get up and walk by everybody, and
Family, kids, everybody looking.
I just smiled. Now I see you laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
Right.
I just smiled and just was like, and told my mom, I was just like, I'm good.
Did he ever explain to you his reason behind doing it?
No. That's the only gripe I got with Jay. A lot of people think that me and Jay got this big thing, and I'm mad at him over some money. And that's not it. It was like, I just wanted that conversation. I believe I deserve that. And it was like, all right, I had to go back in the box. So I missed out on the tour. I missed out on a lot of money. Because I was on tour. I missed millions from that, but it wasn't about that. It was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I'd have been cussing my man out the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And then when I came home and I had this situation, with Main Man, with 50, and he wouldn't let me go. He even asked me if I want some money.
He asked you?
Yeah. He was like, what you need? It's like, the first thing Jay said when I walked into his office, because I said on joint, you just was bouncing that tennis ball around your office. First, he was like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm like, I ain't even worrying about that. Like, what's the play? I'm trying to get back to work. And I'm like, yo, I got a situation, man. Ain't no more Rockefeller. I got a situation where I get some real bread. I'm like, yo, you got to get me off this joint. I went out. And he just threw the tennis ball against the wall. It was like, I can't do it. He was like, what you need? What you want? I'm like, no, I got a chance to get some real paper. Like,
I'll say this. When I first heard this story, I was like, yo, that's grimy, yo. How the hell Jay-Z gonna leave him in jail? All he had to do was co-sign him, and he wouldn't have to go to jail. If Beanie Sigel was to violate his probation and violate parole, it's not like Jay-Z gonna have to suffer the consequences or whatever the situation may be. But looking at it from hindsight, I definitely get it. You know what I mean? You don't want to be responsible for this man, and he's out there, wilding out and doing the most and everything like that. It's like, it was too risky, and Jay-Z probably already had his mind at that time. He was trying to make his way out of working with Rockefeller Records anymore and seeing bigger and better things to leave the record label. So I get it, and what I got out of this is also Beanie Sigel got it as well, because later on the same particular interview that I just showed y'all just now, Beanie Sigel gets it, and I think Beanie Sigel needs to stop going around like telling the story as if Jay-Z was wrong for what he did, you know what I mean? And maybe after he finally stops making this Jay-Z was wrong for it, maybe Jay-Z will sit down and have a conversation with him. But if Beanie Sigel going to keep going with the narrative like Jay-Z did something wrong, then he'll probably never have that conversation with Jay-Z.
With Jay now?
I mean, I don't got no gripes or nothing. Yeah. Like, cause in hindsight, I sort of kind of understand it. Like, Jay was on a mission. Like, and I look at the overall thing, like, and I recently read something and it stuck to me and it made me smile because I thought about that. They say if you want to get somewhere fast, go by yourself. But if you want to get somewhere and last, bring your people with you. So Jay was on a mission, and I understand that. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can go.
Everybody can't go. He was on a mission. Everybody can.
Everybody can go. The moral of the story is everybody can go. Jay was on a mission, you know what I mean? And now that I look at it and there's more details to this particular story, I'm a co-sign Jay-Z, and Jay-Z did the right thing. Y'all even heard earlier during this particular broadcast that Beanie Sigel said, Memphis Bleek said he would have did the same thing. Sorry, Your Honor, I can't co-sign him. It is what it is. Have somebody else do it. It is what it is. This is a business, man. You gotta understand. Jay-Z is a businessman. He's a whole brand. And he wasn't gonna deal with your buffoonery. It's not like Jay-Z grew up with him from in the Marcy Projects, like he grew up with Memphis Bleek. He got discovered as being an ill rapper out of Philadelphia. He signed them. They knew each other for a couple years and throughout their process of, making hits together. But if you're going to be out here acting the monkey, then it is what it is. But thank y'all for subscribing. For tuning in for another episode of Behind the Bar. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Also, join the membership. It's about $4.99 a month. $4.99 a month to become a membership on Behind the Bar. And yeah, thank y'all. You already know what time it is, man. Tell a friend, and I'm off this, man. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. I'm off this. You already know what time it is. Peace.